Hey everybody, this is Mr. Hartzler. I'm here today with a brand new mic, so we're going to see how that goes. Should be exciting. I think it's a little bit louder, so hopefully when you're watching this video you don't have to crank up that volume so much. Anyway, today we're going to be making the wheel for the Project Lead the Way's train, the miniature train. Just so you know how I'm going to start into this, we might end up splitting this into two videos. But if you're looking at this top picture on part 5 of the wheel, I am going to do I'm going to have to use a revolve tool for the most of this, the majority of it. But I'm going to go from my center out, and I'm going to make this little shape here. So let's see if I zoom in a little bit on that. I'm going to make from the center out all of this. And when you're doing so, I'm going to carefully fillet everything around these pieces. Carefully looking at all my dimensions. I'm not able to show a whole lot of that. Some of my students are getting a little mad at me about it. But I can't show where I'm putting in all of these numbers, and on the screen I can't make, when I'm typing in the dimensions, can't make that part any bigger. It just is what it is. But so you know how I'm going to go about this. I'm going to start off with this. I'm going to revolve it around so I get that general wheel shape. Notice this little section in between here, this is a flat edge. Okay, it's a flat, like a sidewall to the wheel. Then I'm going to scroll down a little bit. I'm going to put this piece in. And these little cuts are going to come out at some point. That might happen before I put this piece on, just so it's on between the stuff instead of at a cutout. So overall wheel, then these cutouts, then the peg. And so you see how it goes together. Up a little further right here. Alright, so wheel, that little peg sticks out, and that's where this arm is going to go on. If you look at real trains, a lot of the wheels are connected in pairs. Just to keep everything in time. Alright, so that's how we're going to go about this today. And where it is, there it is. Alright, and let's see how this goes. Alright, so when I'm going to start this, I'm going to choose my YZ plane, and that's again just to keep everything in the same orientation. When I'm building this, I always try and keep it in the same orientation as the picture. It just keeps everything a little bit better, and in the end I don't have to shuffle stuff around as much. Alright, now is where it's going to get a little bit weird. I'm going to start off by just using line tools, making things the right dimension. Let's see, how wide is the overall wheel? 0.25. Then from there, let's actually start over on the other side. This is the overall height of my wheel. 1.125. Alright. Then I'm going to come over. How thick is my tire or my wheel? It is 0.25. Then when I come down, that is 0.25. Ooh, shoot. Just got to undo that one. That one's at the wrong angle. Making sure all these things are connected. 0.25. There, and then I come in a little bit. How far is that? 0.25. No, not 0.25. 0.125. Alright, and then I come down. How far is that? 0.5. After I come down, I go back out a little bit. How far out do I go? 0.125 again, and back down. Alright, so let's take a peek at what's happening. Let me shrink this in. Alright, so what I've done here is I did from my center all the way out to the edge of my tire if it were square. So if you're looking at this part up here is this inner part, not counting the hole. I'm going to treat the hole as if it were solid right now. So from this little corner all the way into the center, that's this box. The outside edge is right here. This outside piece is right here. I'm going to end up rounding this one. So when you do this, let's move that over a little bit. make sure this is the entire width of that entire tire right there, the entire wheel. Also, make sure how far out it comes is from this edge all the way out to the very edge of the tire. This is important because you're going to round it. Once it's all revolved around, you're going to round off this edge, but you don't want to have this inner piece too far in. A lot of people end up not counting this rounded part, and then you end up with no flat piece when you revolve it. Alright, so let's keep going, and let's start rounding stuff. I'm going to do it before I revolve it. So in here I need to go find my fillet. Oh, there it is. Everything is filleted. Well, most of it's filleted the same. Let's do this outer piece, which is 0.125. That's this corner and this corner there. And this inner piece is a different measurement. This is 0.0625, and that's this one. And on the inside here, let's see, I think that's it. Alright, so finish that sketch. I am now going to revolve, and it already defaults to that shape. And I now need to choose, if you look over here, my little axis is red and angry and yelling at me, so that's what I need to choose now. This is the axis I'm revolving around. And then hit OK. And if you look at that, we've got a good looking tire. Oh, I forgot one round. I didn't round this edge right here, that red edge. So let me round that out. I need to make an edit on my revolution. So I'm going to right click, edit sketch, and it's this edge here that I didn't round. I need a fillet, 0.0625 here to here, and then finish sketch, and it rounds that out for me now. Beautiful. Oh shoot, one more. Got to do this inner edge right in here, that red edge. Alright, let's go in and edit that again. This one, this time. Fillet here to here, finish sketch. Alright, finally we have that. That's a good looking wheel right there. Alright. Oh, I chose the wrong corner there. Okay. Now we have to cut the hole out of the center of this tire. So I'm going to start a sketch in this center. Let's get it in the right side here. Zoom in. And how big around is that hole? That hole is 0.25 minus that. Okay. Start a circle in my center. 0.25 minus 0.0625, I believe. Nope, sorry. Back up. It's actually this whole round piece in the middle. So start a sketch, circle from here to here. Extrude. I want it to be a cut. And if you notice, it goes all the way through and back past it a little bit. I'm just going to say through all. Alright. And then there's my tire. There's my wheel. Got a hole in the middle and has this part. Now I'm missing a little bit. Still have a little bit more to go. But you know what? This video is 9 minutes long. Let's see if I can trim it out a little bit in the editing phase. But that's a good overall wheel. This uses revolution, or revolve, and fillets in the 2D mode. You could do it in the 3D mode too. Doesn't make a big difference. If you notice, I made some errors in the 2D sketch, and I just had to go back into it and edit that way. If you build it all with straight square lines and you round in the 3D model side of it, you might end up missing less of them. Just keep that in mind. It's the same tool, still fillet. You're just using it from over here. Slightly different spot. Same thing. Alright folks, remember to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. My Instagram is just Mr. Hartzler, and my Twitter is Mr. Hartzler Math. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope you learned something, and make sure you like and subscribe this video. Thanks everybody.